Good morning, afternoon, and evening from wherever you are, and welcome to Nerdtube. And we're going to be talking about the Cody Rhodes to Wrestle fucking Mania. Because let's be honest, a lot of shit has happened this last 24 hours. It's been massive, and we're going to talk about that as well as everything else around that, connected to that. Because Elimination Chamber, in my opinion, was 2025 was superb. This is not necessarily one of the top tier pay per views, but it's becoming that way now, and especially with it connected to WrestleMania, it's becoming just as significant as the Royal Rumble if it's going to be like this. Definitely. So before we start talking about it, first of all, let me introduce you to my cohorts. To my left or right, depending how you look at it, Gad. Right. Beneath me, we have Can You See Me Now, also known as Jose.
This is the biggest heel turn I've seen since Cheeto's fucked up haircut, man. I never thought we'd see this happen.
And to my opposite corner, we have the Block.
Yo!
Wonderful. Now, this pay-per-view did not let us see the national anthem being played in Canada.
They didn't do that for y'all? That was what? They didn't let you see the national anthem?
Well, look. I'll be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure because I watched the replay on Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was 1 o'clock in the morning when it was starting for us. Yeah, and that was no good for me. I had to work. So as soon as I finished work and I woke up, I put the Netflix replay on, and it did not start with the usual spiel of the anthem for me. But if it did for you, then
it did. It did. And here's what
it was obvious what was going to happen. It was obvious what was going to happen.
It did. And here's what's hilarious: they booed the American national anthem because they were in Canada and Canadians booed our anthem. It was great. I thought it was the funniest damn thing so far the entire night. They were like, and then Pat McAfee had a fucking bitch fit about it. He was like, "I can't believe you booed the anthem."
And this is why I'm not a fan of Pat McAfee, neither myself and Gaz, because unless you've been living under a fucking rock, yeah, and no Dwayne Johnson pun intended here, unless you've been living under a fucking rock, you must be really stupid to not understand why the fuck the Canadians are booing the anthem. And right now, and I'm not going to go into politics, but why America right now is not too liked upon the rest of the world at this moment in time. But regardless, they booed the anthem. And one thing I did like, because I despise this man, is Pat McAfee bitching about it the whole fucking pay-per-view. It really pissed him off. He wasn't working, he was definitely shooting. He was really fucking pissed off about it. What do you guys got to say? I'll start with you guys. Did you pick up on that?
Oh yeah. Like he wouldn't shut the hell up about it for the entire three pay-per-views. Like these fans are disrespectful callers. It's like in a Canadian, and your president has said that he wants to annex the country they live in. So you couldn't understand that. And secondly, like you he hasn't done himself any favors this week by shouting at the president of an invading country. So it's not exactly like. So it's like, what do you think is going to happen? And then, I mean, Pat McAfee does my head in anyway. He's got to be like the worst commentator on television. I used to think it was Excalibur, but Excalibur is better than this fella. This fella is one of the most annoying presences on wrestling TV. I just hate it. I hate
it. The Block, being our most patriotic American flag worshipping lover, yeah. How did you find the Canadians not only booing your Star Spangled Banner, but is it that, whatever? Regardless, and how did you find the reaction to by Pat McAfee in that pay-per-view?
I think they kind of would have done it regardless of what's going on in world affairs. Just not as loud, maybe slightly, just because Canadians are ribbing the Americans or whatever. But I think it's almost as dumb as when American wrestling fans are chanting USA when there's two people in the ring that aren't from the United States. It's like two Canadian wrestlers.
Yeah.
I remember they did that with Edge, somebody like some foreign wrestler, and they were going USA, and I think it started dawning on them that Edge is fucking Canadian. Edge is yeah. think they're like fighting
It's whatever.
Yeah, fucking hilarious.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, you know what would have been ideal? Oh man, if only somehow they could have figured out a way of getting Hacksaw Jim Duggan to come out there.
Oh, that would have been funny.
And his USA chance, he would have got the shit booed out of him. Oh my god!
Or you know, it would have been funnier when Logan Paul came out. That's when Hacksaw Jim Duggan should have came out with him. That would have been hilarious. Yeah.
Now I know you already touched upon it, Jose, but anything more to say regarding that particular moment?
No, not really. I just think it was. I think it was the funniest moment of the entire night. Pat McAfee got to throw a bitch fit. I don't really see what people see in Pat McAfee because people are like, "Yeah, he brings energy. Yeah, he brings this," but he's too spastic. It's like, dude, fucking drink some decaf. You should not have this much coffee.
He's cringe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but okay, let's break it down.
All right, so we had our first match, which was the women's chamber match, and I thought this was excellent. But before we start talking about the match itself,
we have to talk about the entrance.
Yeah, Jade Cargill coming in, looking like a woman on a mission, very heel-like, but I only realized how heel-like she looked after she attacked Naomi. Now, before I go on about that, I'm getting really pissed off that Naomi, in recent months or years, is being given the fucking Natalia Neidhart treatment. If you see where I'm coming from, and this was that moment because this was her first. She's an accomplished wrestler. She can do a lot of shit, and she's a veteran, and she gets treated like she really is getting treated in the wrong way, in my personal opinion. And they did that with her in this particular event. But I would love to see what she would have been able to offer in the chamber. Even if she got the shit beaten out of her by Cargill, which she didn't mean that she had to fucking get excluded. They could have still kept her in the match, And she could have got pinned first or all of that stuff. But the fact that they did this to her was an injustice. I felt it was not fair what they did to her. But regardless, Jay Cargill coming down and switching on Liv Morgan on Naomi. I mean, that was the first holy shit moment, borrowing the anthem of the night. How did you find it, Jose?
I thought that, honestly, if you go back and you look right when Jade made her entrance, Naomi glared at fucking Bianca. So there's more to it that meets the eye because the whole angle is who attacked Jade Cargill. So that's why they did this the way they did it. It's kind of like the reminiscent of who hit Stone Cold. It's like, okay, who the fuck beat up Jade Cargill? And Naomi's the suspect of that, apparently. I think it would make more sense for it to be Bianca because I think Bianca and Jade is the bigger match. No disrespect to Naomi, but we'll see where it goes. I just think it sucks that, like you said, she got taken out. But this is similar to like No Way Out 2009 when Edge took out Kofi Kingston. The only difference is that they just didn't have like Edge took Kofi's spot, whereas Jade just fucked Naomi up, and that was it.
Yeah, I do agree. But one thing I find a bit weird is that it felt very much like a heel turn by Jade, and then it was Bianca who did the thing, and she turns heel, and she might do considering she's facing Rhea Ripley. She'll face Rhea Ripley. There's no way Io Sky's beating her on Raw. Let's just be honest, yeah. If she's facing Rhea Ripley, this match on Raw is fucking stupid. They should never have made it. Right? But regardless, she's going to face Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley's a face right now. She's really hot as a face. Bianca Belair could turn heel. There could be a face versus face encounter. That would be ideal for me. But it makes no sense for fucking Bianca to turn heel against Jade, who's also a fucking heel. If one fucked the other over, that would be really fucking stupid. But anyway, guys, what did you think of that entrance by Jay Cargill and all that Naomi stuff I mentioned?
It was good because I mean, like she's been how long has she gone for? At least 4 or 5 months, maybe a bit longer.
Almost, yeah, close to half a year. Yeah, quite a while.
Yeah, so like it was good to see her back, and I thought she was gonna go after Liv Morgan, but no, she went after Naomi, and I agree with you that she's getting the. Maybe like she just went after Naomi just to get her out. Maybe Naomi's injured, and maybe that's the reason that they had to get her out without hurting her too much. So if I was to be a better man, and I'm not, I would say that maybe Naomi's injured and they needed a way to get her out the ring without exposing her too much. That'd be what I'd put me on. I would also say that, like, you know, it also establishes, because maybe we're going to get Naomi and Jade at Mania. That could be a good match. If we're going to get Bianca and Ripley for the title.
Naomi and Jade, there's a possibility.
Yeah, so
just don't put it on the pre-show. Let them actually work. Let them earn their Mania paycheck.
But I
can't see that at Mania, but I can see them having a match. I'll be honest with you. I just can't see that at Mania. But them having a match, definitely. Yeah.
The only thing I would say is that I disagree with you about this chamber. I thought this chamber match was a bit mid. I thought there was a couple of really good people. Like, I thought Bayley was great in it, and I thought Miguel Rodriguez was good in it. But the rest of it was just what I had problems with. Is that nobody's actually like working holes. No one's really trying to establish any heat. It's a problem that I have with WWE's like style.
But I'm going to get round to talk about the chamber in a minute. I just want to quickly get everyone's opinion on the opening. Block, what did you think of that opening?
I think it's a good way to start the show. It's set up like potential feuds. Obviously, you got Bayley and Roxanne, I think, probably going to happen at Mania or something. With Jade and Bianca and Naomi, all that stuff. I personally wouldn't want to see like Naomi versus Jade at WrestleMania, so it makes me think there's going to be other elements added, like maybe even after WrestleMania. It's going to come out maybe Bianca could have been kind of behind the attack or something, because it kind of writes itself, because like, you know, Belair, if she turns heel, like let's say by SummerSlam or something, she's going to be like, well, I was scared. You know, Jade came in with all this fanfare, and I'm supposed to be the EST and the most dominant female in the division. And it just doesn't make sense for Jade to go after Naomi, and then that's it. Like, there might be some other moving wheels there, but that's just my thought.
Okay, guys, I'll just go, as you're on your going on about your thing about the women's Rumble. Let's have it.
Yeah, I thought that Bayley did really well. Liv Morgan is always good. Good value whenever she turns up in anything. I thought Raquel Rodriguez was great, but the rest of it was just there. I think maybe Bianca Belair, that's the right home, but again, they've not really been pushing her a lot for her to really. I mean, because seriously, she's not really had sort of momentum while we're getting right. That's a WWE main eventer.
Bianca Belair.
Yeah. If it was up to me, I mean, I'd put like maybe like Jordan Grace or like somebody.
Well, they made her a tag team wrestler, haven't they?
Yeah,
exactly. So I mean, like that's what I mean. Like they should have got somebody in there that they've been pushing, and maybe just hasn't gotten that big win. That's who they should have put in there. But I understand why they did it, because Bianca's already over, and it'll be a good good person for Ripley to take on, because she's a lot stronger than she is. The only problem is that I don't know. I've seen them work before, and they never really work well together. That's just my personal opinion, though.
All right, Jose, what do you think of it?
You're really only going to remember the beginning and the end, because honestly, nothing really about this chamber really stood out. It was a good match. They made use of the chamber. I'm glad they put the emphasis on the chamber as like the most vile, destructive force in the history of the WWE and blah, blah, blah. So they served their purpose there with that thing. But beyond that, Bianca going over, I'm like, okay. And I think she's undefeated at WrestleMania, so they're going to start mentioning that, I think, in the next couple of years, that, oh, Bianca's been unbeaten at WrestleMania. She's never lost. So they're going to try to do like the female Undertaker streak thing, and then they'll try to get that over. Hopefully we don't have to suffer through 21 years of it, but we'll see what happens. But I thought it was a good match. Bianca and Rhea, it should be all right. Io Sky's not going to win, but I hope they keep Io Sky around kind of in the after picture, and maybe she gets her shot after WrestleMania, but I don't know.
Yeah. Block.
It was all right. I think I already said what I needed to say. Like, nothing stood out, but I thought it was a good women's chamber match. Yeah, whoever needed to win won. I think I don't know who Liv Morgan's now going to go after, because unless they're going to throw her in with the Jade Cardwell Naomi stuff.
I think she'll fight Alexa Bliss. I think she'll go after Alexa Bliss. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
blocking
They had
Jose.
she cost her
And
the pin.
she's tag team champion as well, so there could be tag team feuds for her as well. The new NWO, yeah, exactly. I should have worn my NWO shirt. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed this women's elimination chamber. I actually want to give a lot of credit to Liv Morgan. I think she's jumped leaps and bounds, in as a performer. She's fantastic, and I'm really happy. I was watching the press conference, and Triple H acknowledged her as well. And she really is a complete package. She's really good at not only just performing, but selling and all of these sort of things, and the way she acts and everything. She's brilliant. She really is. She really is.
She's really good at being a cowardly heel.
Yeah, I would keep her as that. I don't think because I'm going to have a hot take here. Liv Morgan for me never worked as a babyface. I really don't think she's ever worked as a babyface. She's just that.
Good, yeah.
She's just that entitled heel, like I'm queen shit. Here I am. I'm the best.
Yeah, I'm hot as shit, and yeah,
I'm hot as fuck. And yeah, that needs to be her gimmick going forward. Because as a babyface, it just doesn't work.
But even in her performance in this match, when it was her and there are moments in these sort of chamber matches where a whole bunch of wrestlers have to come together to do a whole variety of moves within each other at the same time, whether it be combining
the choreograph
follows and all of that. And it's okay to when you got one-on-one, but you're just relying on one person. But when you're doing a whole bunch of other people, it can you got to really get it right and hope that everyone's on their fucking game when you do it. And I think the way she was back and forthing in this, someone like Bianca Belair, I already know that she's very, very, very good. That's why she's top tier in my opinion. She's one that I think personally she's a main eventer, whether she be a tag team wrestler or not. But I think Liv Morgan this last year or so, she stepped up. She really has stepped up. So a lot of credit to her. We want to rank this first match, guys. What do you want to give it? I'll go with you, Block. Out of 10.
Out of 10, 7. I don't know. It was fine.
Jose?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. It was good.
Guys?
I'll give it the same, but I'll give it a 7 because it did what it needed to do.
I'm actually going to give it a higher rank because I had no idea who was going to win this. It was pretty hard. It was a tough one to call. And so, I mean, when it got down to the last two, I did feel it was Bianca Belair, to be honest with you. But prior to that, I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay.
I thought it was really good. And by the way, also, is it Roxanne Perez? I mean,
yes.
She looks like she's going to go leap.
She's going to be a star.
Well.
She's going to be a star.
Yeah, definitely.
Can I just say that end sequence when Liv went for her finish and then flaming Bianca caught her in the ropes, that was amazing.
That was a nice counter. Yeah, I like that. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So with the fucked up haircut, he said 10, not 12. You dingus. Out of 10. Learn how to count.
Out of 10. Yeah. It's worth watching, Chio, definitely. So we go on to now one of the filler matches, and sometimes something needs to do its job and do it well. And I think the fact that you had the returning Trish Stratus in this women's tag team match had that, that je ne sais quoi, so to speak, that little bit of panache, and this being in Canada, Toronto to be more precise, and Trish being a Toronto native, it just really added to this match. That make it something that you would have seen on fucking Friday Night SmackDown. So I thought it was okay, and everything looked pretty well. You got 4 pretty much established wrestlers. I'm gonna give props to Nia Jax though in this, because I think Nia Jax has come a long way from being this botch monster. Nobody talks about that regarding Nia Jax anymore now. I mean, she's got her role really well. I wouldn't have made her take the pin though, personally. I would have made her tag team partner take the pin, but fair enough. She got pinned on this. You know what? You could have even made them win, the heels in this. It would have done Nia Jax some favors, but regardless, I think now the Tiffany Nia Jax feud is over.
I hope,
and now she can now focus on Charlotte Flair. I'll start with you, Block. What did you think of this match?
I think it could have just happened on SmackDown or Raw, but it was fine. Like, it's cool to see Trish Stratus. She could still go, and she still looks good. She could still wrestle good. And yeah, Tiffany Stratton. It's crazy how she wrestled so like a short period, and she's pretty good for she's already up there. So it shows the dedication she put in and how much faith they have in her. And yeah. Nia Jax, that's funny what you said. Yeah, she definitely got better as well. It's crazy though that Tiffany Stratton was literally like a heel. It seemed like a week ago, and just because she's going against Charlotte, Charlotte, the ultimate heel, that you're automatically a baby face. So
yeah, there's no turn, was there? She's just popular, and she just molded it into into a face character in a way. So, but yeah, good point there. Guys.
It did what it needed to do, which was fill some time. The only problem with this is that it's kind of distracted from the fact that the build between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair has been non-existent, really. But saying that though, I think that they've done a better job of establishing the feud between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton. Now, if it was a triple threat, let's say, for example, it was between Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, and Tiffany Stratton, that would make more sense why they've refocused it so much. But it makes no sense why they've done that. They should be building towards Charlotte Flair, maybe like. I think Charlotte Flair should be tagging with Nia Jax, or she should be tagging with Candice LeRae. I just don't understand why they've not been focusing on that. I'm building that feud.
Well, they're rearranging their deck personally. Before I pass it on to Jose, I'm starting to like Tiffany Stratton more. She's still green, and it shows by the dedication she's showing. Yeah, I agree. I think her like she's a bit like Logan Paul in the way she's a natural, and at the same time, like having things like a gymnastic background. When you've got certain backgrounds that are not necessarily wrestling, but can be taken in by wrestling quite well. Like there's people who are ballet dancers, and they could take to wrestling like a duck to water, and being a gymnast without a doubt. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can have gymnasts like Kelly, who was not the greatest wrestler, but obviously someone like Tiffany Stratton, yeah, for sure. Jose, what you got to say?
This was your standard TV match. I mean, honestly, you're not really going to remember it. It was all right. They did what they needed to do. The hometown girl, Trish, got the pop. Tiffy is just over as a babyface because heel and babyfaces don't really exist anymore. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I would have liked to have seen Charlotte at least have some presence in this match, because it's like, okay, where the fuck are you? WrestleMania's coming. We need you to.
You would think that Charlotte's the champion.
Yeah. Because it's like, you would think Charlotte is the champion, but it's like, okay, where the hell are you? Like, your presence was needed in this to get me to care about Tiffy versus Charlotte. But like Cheeto said, Stratton and Flair is horrible. He doesn't want to see it. And based off this build so far, it's like, I really don't care enough to see it. So this was just okay.
Yeah, I will say the problem with these pay-per-view, this particular pay-per-view, at times, is that there's no place for somebody who already has the belt. Like Gunter, this is 2 pay-per-views in a row now. He wasn't in the Rumble, and he wasn't in this, and that is a bit of a problem. Obviously, Rhea Ripley wasn't in this, and they had to somehow shoehorn Cody Rhodes. No Jey Uso in this. Being the challenger, how do you utilize him? Like
Yeet.
Yeah, so it's a bit weird like that, but it still kind of shows you.
I thought I was going to see Jose going through the screen at for your platform.
Yeah, you're going to pay me now.
Flair is showing up like a part timer.
Yeah,
I agree. I think it should have been Jax versus Charlotte Flair for a triple threat spot with Trish as ref.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would like. I mean, yeah, maybe Trisha's ref. I mean, I look, for what I've seen with Trish is that because she's obviously a fitness fanatic, and you can tell that she can still go. And there was a period just a couple of years ago where she was actually quite active in the roster, and she was wrestling several matches. So I'm happy that she can still go, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, ref or not, I'm not too fussed to tell you the truth. Flair should have won, but they should have progressed the story. Yeah. All right. So I thought this match was okay. Like I said, it could have been. It was above average, and that's about as best as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. Gaz,
I'll give it a 6.
Block,
6.
and Jose.
6. Easy.
All right. On to now the next match, which in my opinion was very good, but there was one thing that irked me about the Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn match. You know what that was?
Well,
the fucking lighting.
Why lighting was awful. Yeah.
Why did they agree that with the lighting, man?
I think they tried to go for like a Ring of Honor kind of aspect because they did reference Kevin Steen and El Generico. That I thought was actually cool.
Yeah.
On commentary.
I heard that too, yeah.
They referenced that, but I'm like, okay, yeah, I get that you're kind of going for like this underground fight club. It's unsanctioned kind of vibe. And I'm like, you could tell they tried to pull out their stuff from like Ring of Honor and shit like that. But the lighting kind of ruined it. Like, it was a good match, but it was to ultimately set something up, which everyone and their mother could see coming, which we'll get to at the end. But this was actually pretty good if you take the lighting out of account.
Well, then, Jose, as you're on, continue, mate. What did you think of this match? Just generally.
I thought it was just all right. You know, I thought that this was a good match. I do say that I do think it needed to have a bit of blood in it. Like, this is the match that it should have been some bloodshed because you got the barbed wire with the steel chair. You should have got a little bit of ECW out of this, I think. If it was unsanctioned, you should have went with a little bit of ECW vibes, and we didn't get that. But for a Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match, it's not their best, but it's not their worst either. It was just all right for what it was.
Fair enough. The Block.
Yeah, I would kind of echo that. I don't know how many times they're going to go to the well with Zayn and Owens, but all right. It was a good match. I guess they were trying to do, like Jose said, kind of that underground fight club vibe, or maybe their lighting was just bad and they're like, ooh, we better give an excuse. Yeah, underground fight club vibe. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. It was all right. I wonder what Zayn's going to do in the future, but we could talk about that. And then obviously the ending, we could talk about who. You know.
Okay, guys.
I like this. I like the aggression. I like the sort of the intent. I love the moves. I love the fact that they brought up some furniture. And it felt like it wasn't just there. It felt like it was escalating the violence, which is what it should be. The only thing I didn't like, I suppose we'll get to that in a little bit, is the ending. I agree with what you lot are saying about lighting, but the lighting was terrible. But I think that was on purpose.
Yeah.
But I thought it was a pretty decent match. I agree with what you were saying before, Jose, that it wasn't the best match I've seen them had. I've seen them have better in like Ring of Honor. I've seen them have had better in fame in WWE. Like their match on NXT when they had it, I think it was a good 10 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot better because when he caught Owens and then put him back and then did it again, then threw the kick again, I thought that was a lot more intense. But saying that though, if it was up to me, I would have said they both like were unable to continue, and then that built to the WrestleMania match between the two. I think the two should have had that WrestleMania blow off with each other, but I understand that's not the direction they want to go.
Yeah, I personally think they missed a trick by making this a chamber match and not a WrestleMania match. This was, in my opinion, a strong enough feud with a match like this, which was I personally thought was absolutely excellent, to go all the way to the big one, and it should have been Mania, because I don't see Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, which was what ended up.
Let's just get into it then. Let's just get to it.
But the match itself, I thought was excellent. I know that barbed wire chair was not. If you look carefully, it was just wire wrapped around the chair. It wasn't barbed wire. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You could tell. You could just tell. Which is fair enough. But honestly, I don't want it to be barbed wire. I don't want these guys losing an eye or whatever. Unnecessary lacerations for entertainment.
It's wrestling. It's wrestling barbed wire. It's not real barbed wire.
Yeah, they gimmick the shit out of that, dude.
Yeah, but there's no like things poking out of it that makes it look like barbed wire. It was just wrapped with wire. It could have been like that solvent wire. You could, what I mean, wrapped around it. But regardless, I thought some of the moves they pulled off, like the brain buster off the chair, the blue thunder bomb off the chair, like there were some great moves, and obviously falling through the tables. Yeah, blue thunder bomb, and all of that.
I mean, the thing is with the Blue Thunder Bomb is that he's got to win a match occasionally because bloody hell, that thing looks brutal whenever time he does it, but he never wins a bloody match, does it?
Yeah,
I think he's only won one with that thing. I don't think he's ever won it besides maybe once.
This is where, like, in my opinion, now Sami Zayn needs to find another finisher, and they can easily, because he doesn't win matches with the Blue Thunder Bomb, he can easily say, okay, this is my new finisher now, or whatever it may be. So I have no problem with that. I did like the fact that the ring apron was used quite a lot in a way, and it really fucked over Sami. Sami was obviously selling the neck too, and KO won, and he hasn't won a pay-per-view since 2023.
God,
which is crazy. So he was due a win to a degree, but this is like, I feel a bit sorry for Sami because apart from his time with the bloodline, he hasn't, like when it comes to him on his own, he's not really winning much either. So I don't know. I just feel there's a main eventer in Sami Zayn, and he needs to win the fucking world title. He needs to win the world title, the WWE title, and he needs to win it pretty soon, in my opinion. So,
in my opinion, he should be, if Cena wins it off Cody, he should be the one to beat Cody. To beat Cena, I mean.
Yeah, I don't want him turning heel. By the way, Sami's a great face. I don't want this unnecessary heel turn bullshit. Keep him as a face.
Yep.
He's got the underdog vibe about him. So let's keep that going. So
okay,
I'll go first. I'll give this an 8. Gaz,
I'll give it an 8 as well.
The block.
8.5.
All right, and Jose.
8.1, just to piss all of you off, because it doesn't make any sense. But okay, so let's get to the aftermath. Owens beats the shit out of Sami Zayn, and then leading to Randy Baby Headlock Orton, Baby Oil Orton coming out, and we know where this is going at WrestleMania because the Breakfast Club rules, bitches, and there's history there. Go ahead, Block.
Oh, I was just hearing voices.
Yeah. Might want to get that checked out. But Randy Orton comes out. He still looks lean and mean and shit, and I hope his back can still hold up. But we'll see where Randy Orton and Kevin Owens go. I just hope it's not going to be one of those matches that gets placed second or third on the card. If I'm Randy Orton and KO, I'm going to go on first at WrestleMania. Try to set
Randy
the tone.
Orton's beating him, by the way.
Yeah, Randy Orton's going to win. It's 100%.
Can't come back from an injury against your arch the evil heel. You're gonna win.
Yeah, you took me out, so I'll see you at WrestleMania, grr. And that's pretty much the entire feud right there.
Just a couple of comments from Cheeto here. He says, "Oops, damn! I almost blocked him by accident. Come on."
We got all kind of heel turns going on around here. Cheeto and his haircut.
Oh God. Here we go. Here's the chat. He says they keep shitting the bed with KO and Zayn, so I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I understand. I mean, I feel like at least KO's had been at the big time. He's won the big belt, so it's more for me. It's more Zayn than anything, And KO actually said that. I think he said in the past that he's just happy being in the company. He's not, for him. It's not about being at the top of the food chain anymore. But someone like Zayn, he'd been a jobber for a long time, and then when that bloodline feud started, it really fucking elevated him. And I really, really, really hope he gets his moment in the sun like Kofi Kingston did. And they don't do what they did with Kofi Kingston either, by the way, because I always find that was a disgrace. Well, look, I had no problem with him losing to Lesnar.
It was how that happened. Yeah.
It's not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, the match is good. The feud is still because we've been. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I get it. I get it.
They'll be best friends, but in a year's time anyway. All right. So yeah, Randy Orton. I'm not too fussed about Randy Orton coming back myself personally. I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
The only way I am is if this is. We'll get into this later, but if this is seen as true retirement, if he's really going to retire, I want John Cena and Randy Orton to be his last match. That's it. That's the only reason I want Randy Orton back.
I personally don't think they've had good matches.
The one that was like that 60-minute Iron Man match, that one was good. The one where it was like the 60-minute like I quit Iron Man match or whatever it was that they had like 15, 16 years ago, where Randy Orton tried to kill Cena by with the pyrotechnics and blowing him up. I thought that was cool. That was good. Yeah.
So a gimmick match basically.
Yeah, that Fair was enough. Cool. But yeah, other than that, no, I've never cared to see Cena Orton.
Well, we're on to our second main event because the Elimination Chamber is the main event, whether it be the women's first or the men's going last. And this one was stacked. It really was regarding star power. But yeah, we had Drew McIntyre being the first one eliminated with a roll up of all fucking things. With a roll up on a pay-per-view match. Fair enough. You got to get rid of people, and he was removed pretty quick. He has won it before. I think he's won the Chamber twice before.
Yes, he has.
So he's got a good record in the Chamber. So fair enough. But that was still a bit surprising. Damian Priest, I knew even though the Chamber was kind of star-studded, he was still filler regardless.
Yeah, he wasn't going to win it. You knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go on, guys, please.
I was going to say the way they're treating McIntyre at the moment, it's just like the guy's got immense talent. I mean, 2024 to 2025 has been his time. Like he's elevated. The one weakness he had in my book was on the mic. He seems to have been one of the best of the mic recently. Like his room works great. Like he's pretty good on the mic. He's good looking. It's like it's got everything that you want from like a pretty grizzled heel, and they seem to not want to pull the trigger on it. I just don't get it.
Look, what I think what the problem is that there's a lot of top guys right now, a lot, but there's only so many things you can win, and that is the issue right now. Like you got people like Seth Rollins who's floating around, as well as Damian Priest.
Yeah,
these are top guys. Even CM Punk.
Yeah,
you got all these top guys, and there's only so much you can win. But as long as you keep them relevant and you keep them in feuds, this is what I want. I want there to be not everyone needs to be winning titles, but they just still need to be there as entertainers and all of that stuff. And the good thing is
in the mix.
In the mix. But the good thing is that all of these guys, barring Logan Paul, who I don't give a fuck about because he's a part-timer, have all fucking been at the top of the mountain. Some of them have to go climb up other mountains, like CM Punk still needs to main event Mania, and I'm sure that will happen at one particular point, But they've all won the big ones, they've all won big belts, and they've all achieved something. So that's the best you could hope for these guys, regardless. And they've done that, but it's very hard for all of these top guys when you got 6 of them in one match, for all of them to fucking get them. So it's difficult. So in that sense, but yeah, before I'll pass on to somebody else. To you, Jose. What do you want to add to all of this?
Well, I'd like to, see Cheeto's comment. Drew and Punk this past year have proven that you don't need a title to be relevant, which is true.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I'll say with Seth Rollins as well.
Here's what I loved, and here's what I loved, and I know we're going to skip ahead because I know that no one's touched on this. The turn before the turn was the best thing that happened in this match. when Seth Rollins curb stomps CM Punk and Cena takes advantage, that was the best thing to happen in this whole fucking match.
I agree with that.
That was great because the old Cena would have never done that. He would have looked around. He would have been like, what the fuck, dude? And yeah, then he would have been like, well, okay, I got to do what I got to do. Then he would have won. But that was the best whole thing about this match was Seth.
Yeah, it was foreshadowing, that's for sure.
Yeah, we got 2 turns in like maybe the span of 10 minutes. And I thought it was fucking great. I thought that this was honestly a great fucking chamber match. I mean, I'd go so far as to give it like an 8. I think it was really great. I think everybody should watch it. Logan Paul even did, his work. I mean, I think
he's a great heel, man. Look,
yeah.
Regarding Logan Paul, I know he's an asshole. I know he's con people. I get that. I truly get that, and I'll never ever let that part of him leave my consciousness. I know what he is.
Mm-hmm.
I can't help but admire him as a wrestler because he's a different to me to Travis Scott. Yeah, we were talking about this, guys and I. Yeah, when Travis Scott came on, like, why is this fucking dickhead on my screen? We hear the Rock's music, and we don't get the Rock. We get this dickhead called Travis Scott, who I don't know anything about. And Travis Scott, in my opinion, was getting get the fuck off my screen heat. Yeah, I don't want to, not real proper heel heat. I don't want to see you on my screen. I want to see the fucking Rock. Yeah.
Yep.
Logan Paul has heat because he's an arsehole, but people still want to see him in that ring where they know he's got it. He's a natural.
Yeah.
He's very, very talented, and he's a very good heel.
Yep. He's not a worker, though.
Yeah, but neither is Cena. Neither is Cena. He's inventing WrestleMania. Neither is The Rock.
Yeah.
But he's not a wrestler, though.
I hate to tell you, guys, most guys only had about 4 or 5 moves. Most guys.
No, it's nothing to do. It's to know how to build a match.
He's not a wrestler. No, I disagree. I think he is a wrestler, but he's also, but it's the same way The Rock is also an actor. Like you can be more than one.
He can follow a script.
I
agree with that.
I think his mic work could needs a little bit more work. Sometimes, but he's trying to be more of that fucking that YouTuber aspect of his mic. But regardless, the guy's matches, I mean, his match against LA Knight at SummerSlam was one of the best matches of 2024.
Yeah,
without a doubt, he had that spot he had with what's his face, Ricochet in 2023, one of the biggest spots in the Royal Rumble. Has natural talent. Yeah, he unfortunately, but because everyone knows he's an asshole, and he will forever be a heel. There's no way he will be a face anytime soon. The guy gets booed to shit, but I think people also acknowledge that he's very talented. Very talented.
He can do it. And the thing about this chamber match is everybody got to get their shit in. Granted, some time was short, some time was long. But the final 3 was the right call with Seth, Cena, and Punk. I wouldn't have done it any other way. I would have had it be exactly those 3. I think that Seth Rollins turning heel, getting super fucking pissed. I'm confused about where they're going to go with this Seth.
You think he's turning heel?
Thing. Yes.
He's supposed to have turned heel ages ago. I don't even know if he's turned heel.
Yeah, I kind of consider this a heel turn. I think that he's going to be like, I busted my ass for you people, and you cheer for this fucking talentless hack that's been gone for 10 years or whatever the fuck. And then Roman fits into this somehow because reasons I don't understand.
Oh, damn right, yeah. You might as well not call Roman a wrestler if that's the case, guys. If you're going to go on about
no. It's nothing to do with it's to do with the fact that Logan Paul doesn't know how to work, and that's what I'm saying. He knows how to follow a script. He knows how to follow a script. I agree with that, but he doesn't know. Like, I've never seen him put a hold on properly. He knows how to do it on the flipping.
He's a high flyer, dude.
Yeah, he's a high flyer. He's not going to work. He's going to fly.
That's how I see him. Man. That's why people like Shawn Michaels was teaching him, and you can see the Shawn Michaels in him, man. I mean, so. I just think he's a natural talent, and when I know Logan Paul's going to be on, I don't think to myself, I don't even think of myself, a celebrity wrestler. I think this guy knows what he's fucking doing. He can go.
I hate to give him his due, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it: best celebrity wrestler they've ever had. I honestly think.
Yeah, without doubt.
Yeah.
I don't even look at him as a celebrity wrestler.
I don't
anymore.
either. I don't. Yeah, I can't. But that's my thoughts on this chamber match. I think it's one of the all-timers. Everybody needs to see it. It's getting an 8 out of 10 for me. Yeah, but go ahead, guys.
Block, you haven't said much. What you want to add, mate?
I'm gonna give this a 10, okay, because of the ending that we'll talk about later. Because I encompass
that makes sense.
Right? As far as Logan Paul, like, yeah, he's kind of, I wouldn't say a spot monkey, but he's like a high flyer, and then he's a brawler. So I don't think he really needs to be doing a lot of like chain didn't Sam say he's a part-timer?
Yeah,
it is.
Guys thinks he's a part-timer. I think he's a part-timer too. I'm not denying that, but I just think the guy is. I don't look at him as a celebrity wrestler. Celebrity wrestlers for me are people who can't wrestle. Or people like Stephen, or not too bad, like a Stephen Amell, from Green Arrow.
So one last time, going back to this national anthem thing, they had the perfect opportunity to have Pat McAfee take the piss out of Canadians booing the national anthem when Logan Paul came out, and I don't think he did that. But man, they fucked up that opportunity. That would have been great.
Yeah, he should have. But the chamber match was good. I liked what happened. I'm not sure what they're gonna do with like Priest
McIntyre.
And McIntyre.
Rumors are they're gonna feud at Mania, which is all right. Whatever. If it fills a spot in the card, so be it. I mean, if anything,
But I look forward to Seth versus Punk. If you're facing Punk at this point in his career, you're automatically going to be a heel because CM Punk.
Makes sense.
I just can't see. I don't want Seth to be a heel. I think he's just too popular to be a heel. I think you can have that grudge match without them being heels. One being having to be a heel. Like they've got aspects of their character. Like they could both be very aggressive assholes. Seth Rollins and CM Punk, but then again, I wouldn't want them two feuding with each other. They just had a match on Raw for fuck's sake, not too long ago. Like them two have another match. You need to throw in Roman Reigns in that mix.
Yeah, definitely. and fucking what's this favor that Punk fucking wants? Because like he's like, you're gonna owe me one, Heyman. So it's like, where the fuck are we going? We have our title match.
Yeah, they forgot. I'm glad you remembered that.
Totally he's gonna try to get in.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to get in, and I think like he's going to politic his way. They better not make this a fucking triple threat. Man,
that's not happening.
Yeah, let it just be Cena, Cody. It writes itself.
No, it's not like fucking like what the hell can Paul Heyman do regarding that? He's a manager. He's not a fucking board director or shit like that.
Right.
He can't wave his magic wand and then all of a sudden make a triple threat match.
I think they might be referencing the fact that he's a writer, maybe. I don't know. I mean, because I thought when they got to the final two, when it was Punk and Cena, I was like, oh, it's going to be, are they going to go for a double finish here? And the fact that I didn't know where it was going to go shows you how well they did. I mean, the only thing I didn't like was the finish into the fails, finish into the false finish. I was like, it's a bit much. But I understand why they were doing it. Because it wants you on the edge of your seat anticipation. Oh, sorry, Block. Did you go to out of 10? Holly, what did you get it?
It's going to get an 8 out of me.
Yeah,
I also want us to grade the very end segment too, because I think
we will. Yeah,
I'll give it the whole
pay-per-view and everything.
I'll give the Chamber a 9.
Okay, yeah, that's a 9. Yeah,
I'm stuck between the 8 and the 9. I'll give it an 8. I did enjoy this pay-per-view. But I can't do what you did, Block. I'm just calling on the match. I did think Cena was going to come up second. I didn't think he was going to win. I thought CM Punk was going to win. But fair enough. But I did call the next bit we were going to go on about. I called this, by the way. I did
too. Yeah. I said, like, okay, so let's set the backstory. At the Royal Rumble press conference, Cena sounded entitled as fuck. That's when I knew he was going to turn.
Hello, Wrestling Lowdown.
What's up, Wrestling Lowdown? Yeah, when Cena came out and he's like, this company owes me this after I busted my ass and I've earned my spot into this chamber. I'm like, whoa, this motherfucker's got a little bass in his voice. He kind of sounds a little aggressive. And then like the turn before the turn, as I called it, where Cena flat out takes advantage because he never used to do that. Cena just fucking locks in the STF on Punk, and then Punk passes out, and then you fucking see Cody come out immediately. And the only thing I would change about this segment, and I think you guys are going to agree, Travis Scott had no business being in this segment. He filled no purpose
Fucking
here whatsoever.
he was the thing.
Yep.
He was the thing that ruined
Why
it for
was
me.
he
Having
here?
a wrestling opponent.
Yeah, why was he here? That's the only thing I don't
Was he
like about it.
promoting
You don't need-
something or what?
This is the
He's Canadian.
corporate
I think he's
of the
Canadian. I
industry.
think.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Apparently, he did the song for the fucking.
He did the song for the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I had no idea. He sounded so fucking generic and shit anyway. But yeah, the foreshadowing was there. But look, for me, like him saying, "Oh, at Royal Rumble, I'm going to be in the Elimination Chamber. No need to fucking wrestle in a qualifying match. I'm just going to put myself in there." You know, so. And that I think they should have been a lot more focused on that. I think CM Punk briefly brought it up that you didn't have to qualify. He got through brass, he pulled some strings and stuff like that. But maybe now they can mention the fact that The Rock did him a favor. That's why he never had to qualify, and all of that sort of shit. Regardless, when it happened, I'm just not happy with him just. The way he did it, like he should have done an FU on him. Like he shouldn't have just kicked him in the nuts. He should have hugged him. After he got the message from The Rock, he should have. And by the way, Cody Rhodes told The Rock to go fuck himself.
Yeah, that was great. That was great, and I love that they didn't censor that. I love they didn't censor it. I love they just let it go.
In the PG era, and if you want to call this the PG era, you're allowed one F-bomb.
I call it the post. I think I'm going to call it the post Vince McMahon era because that would seem like an appropriate name. Yeah,
the Netflix era. And to be honest, that was great. Like the only thing that I would change is that I'd change like the Rock's ramble because before he was, "I want your soul." It's just like the rest of it is just like dribble. I don't.
Yeah, but who does he think he is? The fucking Undertaker? I want your soul.
I want your soul, and I will make playthings of your soul.
Like just say, so look, I want to make you some sort of corporate champion or some shit like that. No. You were surprised by it? No, I called it yesterday.
I called it month. I called this a month ago.
I was a little bit surprised, but I wasn't shocked. Because like the thing is that like he's been kind of heelish since he's come back. Like he's been kind of entitled. Like I need to win my 17th show. I was like, oh, but he has a little bit of bass in your voice. And I do feel like I'm hoping that this whole year-long retirement thing is just a swerve and that he's going to go on a bit of a heel one.
That's what I was thinking too, because I was like, I wonder is this motherfucker really going to retire? Because I'm like, I don't believe retirement angles in wrestling. I never do. I never have. I've never believed a retirement angle.
Triple H did say that. Look, will he still have a part in the WWE? It's like Ric Flair. Like, will he still have a part in the WWE? Yeah, of course. It doesn't mean he's necessarily going to wrestle. But I know Ric Flair did wrestle outside the WWE, but within the WWE, he never wrestled again, even after and he still showed up. It's like Shawn Michaels. He retired. He still showed up. He still shows up all the fucking time. You know what I mean? Undertaker still shows up.
I think the difference in those two is that they had retirement matches where they put their careers on the line, whereas
Cena's having a retirement run.
Shawn Michaels did come back after 8 years, by the way.
We don't count that. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Shut up. Shut up.
That's my favorite the greatest train wreck ever match ever. I love it.
That's AI. I don't believe you. You're wrong. That's a fake match. Fake news. Get out of here. Fake news.
I mean, as I said, if this whole retirement thing has been a swerve and we're going to see heel John Cena, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is that this just feels new, and that's the thing is that this is what wrestling fans want. They want something where we've not seen it before.
And so clear your guys' minds. Okay, before Block goes. All right, clear your guys' minds. Cena needs new gear, preferably a suit. He needs a new theme song. Needs new shoes. He needs to come out and be like, I would start by having him troll the audience by being like, "Yay, I'm so happy here to see you. Yeah, fuck you all. I'm rich." And I'd be like, you know, everything I did for you guys over the last 20 years, and you booed me going back to 2005. You guys booed me, and you know, you all can go fuck yourselves. And then what I would do afterwards, because this is something nobody suspects, John Cena needs to beat the fuck out of R-Truth. That is exactly what needs to happen. John Cena needs to beat the fuck out of R-Truth. That R-Truth could be like, dude, what the fuck? You're my childhood hero. And Cena just bloodies this son of a bitch.
Yeah, little Jimmy.
Yep, and little Jimmy. Yep.
Look, the thing with Cena, I've seen him wearing suits, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like whenever you watch in American sports, so like retired NFL linebackers, when they wear suits, they all look like fucking Alexander O'Neal or Luther Vandross with their fucking wide shoulders and shit like that. So that's what Cena looks like, and I think personally they need to somehow do a casino version of The Rock in his heel look. I don't want him to go back to Dr. Thugonomics. No,
I don't either. No.
Yeah, but they need to somehow heal him up in a very unique look. I also think he should wear the spandex shorts again.
Yeah, bring back the old gear. Yeah, bring back the old gear.
Get rid of the fucking jorts and stuff like that. If you can pull it off, that is, you know,
and get a haircut too, dude. Get a fucking haircut. Go bald.
Yeah,
go bald.
That old patch is a fucking joke.
Yeah,
but he's still making movies. Like as soon as he, like, you know, like he's still doing films like in between the like he. That's why he was on Friday Night SmackDown, because he just came back from Budapest.
Yep.
On the day of the fucking wrestling match, you know, he arrived in Canada the same day as Elimination Chamber, and now he's left to go like somewhere in Africa to continue making more movies or whatever. You know, he's still going to be making films. I think Cena is still going to be a part-timer. I think he's going to be. I think he might wrestle here and there now and again and put a few people over. I don't think he's going to beat Cody Rhodes.
I think he is.
You think he is?
I do. And actually, I'd run with it. I'd be like, you know what? Like, because you could always fucking get it to where Cody gets it back at SummerSlam. They used to do this shit all the fucking time. Like Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, they did it in 2003. Fucking Brock Lesnar beat Kurt Angle at Mania 19, and then Kurt Angle a few months later got his win back. There would be nothing wrong with that. I don't see anyone bitching about it. I think, honestly, I would have Cena be this super fucking asshole, smug, snobby Hollywood heel and just let him go all the way with it.
I wouldn't have him like go down the angle, oh, you always booed me and shit like that. I would say, listen, I'm almost finished here. I'm almost retired. I don't give a damn what I have to do now.
Yep.
Yeah, what you think. And I don't give a damn what I have to do in order to get that 17th title. Yeah, I will run you all over. I don't care anymore. My career is almost over, and I want to achieve everything one last time, and nothing else matters.
They're going to do WrestleMania 17, Steve Austin's heel turn the right way. That's what I think they're trying to do. I think they're trying to be like, all right, we want to still kind of get the taste of Steve Austin's heel turns out of people's mouths. Let's do this the right way with the right guy at this time. And I think they could pull it off with John Cena.
Well, the problem with Austin's heel turn is that it wasn't warranted.
Yeah,
you know
it was too soon. It was too soon.
It was like people still love Austin. They don't. You can't be making somebody a heel when they're still very popular. You know, like it's just that's just stupid.
Had Austin gone away for a full entire year and then came back, it might have worked.
Yeah,
but I don't know. You know,
Block, you got anything to add?
I'm all here for heel Cena. I just gotta say, like you gents all said, yeah, change up the look, haircut, all the attire, the music. I think he has music in holding. Like they had made music for him back in the day. If he did turn, heel, so maybe he'll use that, or maybe he just won't come out to music. It's just come out, no music, no fanfare, just all serious business kind of thing.
He's had the same fucking music for years, man.
What I think they should do is they should do like the corporation mat too, and just do it properly. Just have like corporate rock, have like Flaming Cena being like the muscle, and then bring other people in to get them over. You mean there's no way that you can't get like your Rollins, your Flaming, like Drew McIntyre, people who need that bigger spotlight on them into like, because like people like to give a fuck about. Because I mean,
Maybe.
the thing is that like, don't.
Well, I was just gonna say maybe because I don't want another like big super group of heels where we're gonna have like the Authority or that's
Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
No, but what I'm thinking though is like more like you using it as a platform to push your bigger heels up, so that when Cena goes away or when The Rock goes away, you got that natural progression into they can carry the company because
I don't think it's going to work because they've done that too many times. We've been in that well, boss man. We've been there. They tried that with they did that with the Authority, and it kind of worked, but then it kind of fizzled out.
But sucked.
Yeah.
Once again, see, unlike Austin's heel turn, but Austin was a heel for his early tenure within the WWE, became a face, and there was no need for him to turn heel anytime soon after that when he was a face. You know, like when people are booing you like they did with Charlotte Flair, when they're not really receiving you too well, like they did with The Rock at times, yeah, do the heel shtick for sure. You know, and and the funny thing with John Cena, for a long time they've been booing his fucking ass, and they've never turned him heel. You know, and so this is a lot hurrah. I guarantee you this: if Vince McMahon was in charge,
it would never happen. Nope, it would never have happened
because he never made the fucking Hulk Hogan heel under his tenure. You know, he couldn't wait to turn that fucker face, man. You know what I mean? Within a month, face.
How do you bring Hogan in as a heel? I would have turned the motherfucker heel. That's what I would have did. I wouldn't have brought Hogan in. I wouldn't have brought Hogan back as a heel because it just wasn't going to work. I knew that from the get-go. They got cheered literally the night they came back into the WWF.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Wrestling Lowdown said they asked Ric Flair on Busted Radio if Cena should go to Mania, and he said yes. It will have the people talking about Flair in the 16th time. Yeah, that's because Ric Flair's got his own fucking ego. Personally, like because they are constantly talking about it, they're putting it in our heads. I don't give a shit how many times you've been a champion. I just keep looking at it as, you know, you say 16 or 17 world champion. I look at it as 15 or 16 time fucking
you
loser
lost
of that belt. You know, just because you won it that many times is not an achievement. You want to win it as little times as possible and hold on to it for as long as fucking possible. If you won it 16 times, it kind of just goes to show that you're the fucking you're the corporate fucking player that everyone thought you were, and now he's becoming that.
We're so fucking
finally. You know what I
mean, we're so fucking old that we all remember when you won the title 3 times, you were considered hot shit. That's how fucking old we are.
16 times. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
These are things you should have to fucking brag about, you know. So yeah, I don't give a fuck about all this. This is an accolade. I think it's fucking stupid. They're making an accolade out of nothing.
But I see where they're going to go. The story's already kind of writing itself. Cena's going to fucking go on a heel run till at least SummerSlam. Then he'll start his fucking babyface redemption arc. That's where I think they're going, because there's no way Cena retires as a heel. They will not go that far. I'd be shocked if they went that far. But
well, then he has to wrestle for a little while, dude. He has to wrestle for a little while because you can't just be heel for 5 minutes and then go babyface again.
Well, I think what's going to happen is... Oh, sorry.
No, go on, guys.
I was going to say, if I was booking it, this is what I'd do. He goes on that hill run, him and The Rock, what's the word? Go on a bit of a power trip. They're like the big, not the Authority, but a lot better than them. And then all of a sudden, like he loses the title to Zayn or whoever, and then at Mania, he puts his career on the line against somebody for the title and he loses because he wants to go 18s or so no one can beat him, and then he loses, and that's what makes him retire.
I don't think they're going to stretch it out that far though, dude, because I think Cena only has until December. Like he has. Like,
no, that's why I think it's fake. Okay. I think he's done with retire. I think he's going to go. The fact that you believe this, I was like,
he might pull Eddie Guerrero and be like, I lied. Yeah.
So, personally, I want Rock and Cena to start a tag team calling themselves the Hollywood Non-Blondes.
Yeah,
yeah, and that would be cool for me. But so the heel turn itself, when it did happen. It's weird in a way, like it was surprising, but the fact that I was calling for it, but what I suggested, Jose, on the contributors chat, was that Cena was going to lose but turn heel, but he won and turned heel. So it was semi surprising for me because I called it, but still it was good to see, and it's really good that it's just happening in some capacity, whether it be, like this is as big, even though I don't think it was done as well. This is as big as fucking the beginning of the New World Order.
Yeah, this is this generation's Hulk Hogan's turn. Hulk Hogan's heel turn, and that
sure.
and where would I rank it? Because I see people overrating the fuck out of it. Like people like, this is the greatest heel turn of all time. I'm going to slightly correct you. This is the greatest heel turn of all time in the modern era. I'll give it that. But of all time, hell no. Hogan will forever have that spot.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact is that people threw flaming like rubbish into the bin, flaming like if it's at the flaming hole, flaming Monday night. I mean, the Monday night.
Yeah, a fan got fucking jumped. That's how pissed they got. Nobody could fucking do that now. Nobody's gonna.
And plus, people want Cena to turn heel. It's different with Hogan. Nobody expected it. He's the goody two shoes. There's quite a lot of kayfabe still going on back then. Like not everyone knew wrestling was what it is now back then, and it pissed a lot of people off when he turned bad guy. People were asking for it on this particular occasion, so it's a different vibe. They were cheering it, they were loving it. So it was.
I mean, they beat the crap out of Buddy though. Cody Rhodes. I mean, like they blooded him, they choked the fuck out of him. As I said, the only thing that I would change is that it shouldn't be bloody Travis Scott holding him down. Travis Scott is a worm. He's literally like that size.
I don't want to show on my screen ever again.
Travis Scott didn't even need to be there. He did not need to be there.
I despise Pat McAfee, but I'll take Pat McAfee over fucking Travis Scott. You know what I mean? It's fucking useless dickhead. Like, you like the Scott Hall in that fucking trio, fucking Hogan, Hall, and Nash. There's like an NWO mini shit, and there's fucking Cody Rhodes being Macho Man Randy Savage and all of this. But regardless, at some point, by the way, Cody Rhodes needs to fight The Rock.
Yes.
You know that. He needs to fight The Rock. The culmination.
I reckon it'll be maybe next year, I reckon.
Yeah.
Well, Rock is not getting any younger, so let's hope it happens soon.
And if we're gonna get Rock Roman, can we just get this the fuck out of the way?
Agreed.
Can we just have it? Like, you've teased this for like 5 years. Let's go.
Roman Reigns feels like an afterthought, man. He's so part-time. Logan Paul's been on the screen more than fucking Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go on about Logan Paul being part-time. Fucking Roman Reigns is, I don't look. I do understand. He's got medical issues. I get that. I really do get that. But we're not even seeing promos or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I reckon he should come back at Mania. I reckon he should come back to see Cody from getting his ass whooped.
That's probably what they're gonna do if they don't have a fucking match for him. Because if they're doing this fucking Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre shit, CM Punk shit, I don't care. I'm like, if this is not leading for a championship, I don't give a fuck about this match.
Yeah, as I said, the build for me this year hasn't been great, but this flaming heel turn has flaming elevated it for me personally.
Yeah.
I just want to say something to Jose. I wouldn't mind them having a non-title match building up to Mania if Roman Reigns was around to add to at least be involved in shit. The fact that he only might show up and then he might have a feud like last minute with fucking CM Punk or whatever. Yeah, I'm with you on that. He needs to be around to add some meat to these bones and to make things more established. And he's not fucking doing that, which is a real fucking problem. Block, have you got anything to say? You've been quite quiet, mate.
I was just thinking, like, okay, so we got Cody and Cena now, but we go from last year Cody and Rock were kind of. It seemed like they were going at it, even though Roman was, who he's going against. It seemed like the feud was against more like Rock and Cody. So anyway, they go from hating each other to, hey, we're best friends and we're hanging out at picnics to I want your soul. And then The Rock sounded like he was hitting on him the other week with those promos. I really need you. I really need you. So it's just that part's confusing, but the turn was pretty good. My only critique is it's 10 years too late. We would have got way more hype for it back then.
Yeah,
now we're kind of like,
yeah.
I still like it.
Now that we're all almost in our 40s, I'm like, man, if I was in my 20s, I would have been almost. Like, this is definitely. Yeah.
I'm almost in my 50s.
I'll
tell you that.
Bro. Yeah.
But look, I'll tell you what, though, the fact that we got it at a period, there is something kind of cool about the fact that we got it when we never thought we would get it.
Yeah.
And that in a way is got its own coolness to it, you know, like, wow, we thought that he would be fucking.
We thought he would be retired and turn heel. Yeah.
Yeah, Fruity Pebbles, you know, throughout into the rest of his career, but no, we got it, and that in its own way, where we thought we would never get it, is quite cool in my opinion, you know. So yeah, all right. So I'm not going to mark the heel turn because I think that's just stupid.
I am.
I'm going to mark the. You want to mark it? Okay, let's mark it. Let's mark it.
I'm going to give it a 9 only because Travis Scott exists, and that's the only fucking reason it's getting a 9. If he wasn't there, it would have been a 10 easily because he kind of fucked the segment up in parts by stiffing fucking Cody in the neck. We didn't even talk about that. When they were whooping his ass, Travis fucking just punches Cody like right in the back.
I saw that.
Neck. Yeah.
What a dubhead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's gonna get a 9. Like if Travis Scott wasn't there, this would have easily been a 10. Still an all-time great segment though, with the way they did it.
Guys,
I'll give it a 10. Travis Scott, he couldn't do that, but I do agree with what Jose said. He did bully stiff Cody a few times with that bully right hand of his.
Yep.
Block.
10, and I want your soul.
You can't have my soul.
All right. I'm going to start with 10 and I'm going to start taking points off, yeah?
Yep.
I called it. That in a way kind of dilutes it.
9.
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. Travis Scott.
8.
Don't like that either. And then the fact that he just kicked him in the balls when he should have got him straight into an FU.
Yep.
And people would have gone crazy for that. Like when Brock Lesnar came back and F5 Cena. You know? And also the face he gave. I'm not feeling that heel face. He's been a face for so long that he has to show like this dour looking face as a heel. Like you can still have character Cena without looking like you're fucking like
trying to take a shit because he looked like he was looked like he was trying to take a shit too when he was putting on his mean mug. Like
that heel face, I'm not feeling.
Can we wrap this up, guys? I gotta go.
I'm not feeling that heel face whatsoever. Like. So, so I'm actually gonna give it a 6. You know, after all of that, you know, because I think it could have been executed a little bit better overall. Like fucking never bring these dickheads like Travis Scott. Like there's something as massive as this, and you got this outsider like Travis Scott involved in one of the greatest heel turns of all time. Yep. Nobody, he ruined The Rock's entrance when The Rock came in. Like Rock was coming in, and then who's this fucking dickhead? You know what I mean? Like, and then The Rock comes along afterwards. Like, great, but this guy, you don't need this fucking male valet, mate. Just tell him to fuck off. Thank you very much for contributing to the song for the pay-per-view. Now, fuck off, and let the professionals handle this shit. They didn't need his ass there, man. Fucking terrible. And, like Rock and Cena, that's a power couple right there.
That's all you need.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah. All right, 6 out of 10. So, the pay-per-view, fellas, what we're going to give it? We'll start with you, Block.
Overall, 8.5.
Guys.
8.
Jose.
8.124367510.
I personally think that when you have a pay-per-view with so many, and I personally didn't want to mark the heel turn, which is why I'm extracting this from my overall opinion. But when you've been giving stuff like high marks, like 8s and 9s throughout, then the pay-per-view is very, very good. And so if it's got no duds in it, and maybe some people might think the Trish Stratus match wasn't that great either, but you can give that a pass too, because the stuff that really mattered. People were off their fucking seat. This is Elimination Chamber. This ain't a Royal Rumble or a SummerSlam or whatever. This is Elimination Chamber. This is a filler pay-per-view, which now feels like a significant one. It's coming up in the ranks. I give it a 10. I really do.
Okay.
I give it a 10. Like this pay-per-view went above and beyond, in my opinion. It really did. So well done, Elimination Chambers. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So thank you very much to you guys. You got anything more to add before we wrap things up regarding the future? I know people will be honing into Raw and SmackDown, but they won't get shit because John Cena is back on the fucking film studio making something. Whether it be somebody to fill in for him. I don't know if Rock will be filling in. I don't know.
I guess I could say for you Wrestleheads, the next time you guys are going to see us is probably the week of WrestleMania to do predictions. Yeah. But other than that, there ain't going to be shit to talk about because right now with all this part-time shit, Raw on Monday is going to go right back to the same old shit. Besides why Cena, why there's nothing to look forward to.
Well, they need to elevate. Like this is the problem. Like they've done all of this. Gunter and Jey Uso, they need to fucking start really focusing on that now, making that a big deal. Yes, it's not going to be the main event. That's going to be a night one match for sure. Yep. You know, regardless, but still give it the respect that it deserves. You know, and all of that. Charlotte Flair and Tiffany on SmackDown. Yeah, fine. They've got several weeks now to really make that a proper feud, you know. So do that as well.
Yeah.
So focus on the other stuff at the same time. I know people will be gagging for this John Cena, but don't leave this shit last fucking minute either.
No, let's get this Cena shit out the way as soon as this Monday. We need to just get the explanation of the turn, why you fucking did it, and then what I would do just to really piss people off, live via satellite, John Cena. The same fucking thing The Rock used to do back in the day. I'd have John Cena start doing now.
And work on a heel persona for him. That doesn't make him look like he's fucking standing in the rain.
Yeah, and get a fucking haircut, you hippie.
Yeah. You know, like you can be charismatic Cena because you're a charismatic entertainer and just do it in a heel fashion. Don't look like you're pissed off with the world or something. Just like show us like how The Rock does it. You know what I mean? The Rock as a heel is just superb, which is why people always like him as a heel. All right. Thank you, fellas. Guys, I don't know what's happened to you.
I'm here. You got attacked by Cena.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You've seen the sky. He's like, waiting for somebody to pin him. Okay. Thank you, guys. Jose, the block. Nothing more to add. The last chance.
Just fuck each and every last one of y'all. I'm the king of Nerdtube. I'm turning heel. Fuck all y'all. Zam, shave your face. Block, take off your hat. Gas, fix your glasses. Cheeto, get your fucked up haircut fixed. Fuck all y'all. Goodbye.
Wonderful. And on that note, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to Nerdtube, the greatest social media channel you never heard of. Take care. Bye-bye. And you'll hear from us soon talking